Welcome to Homeschooling and Life Unfiltered with Court and Jess, where real talk meets real life. Court and Jess are two friends, fellow moms, and business partners who live in different time zones and juggle homeschooling alongside motherhood and entrepreneurship. Jess is a mom of 8 and Court is a mom of 7, and together they're raising 15 kids and navigating the wild, wonderful world of homeschooling, each in completely different ways. Every week, we invite you to pull up a chair for honest conversations, practical tips, and uplifting encouragement. You'll hear from moms across the country who are homeschooling in a way that works best for their families. Whether you're a veteran homeschool mom just getting started or somewhere in between, this is your space to feel seen, supported, and inspired. Because no matter how different our paths may look, we are all in this together.
Good morning. Welcome to Homeschooling and Life Unfiltered with Court and Jess. I'm Jess.
I'm Court.
And today we are going to be talking about homeschooling through the holidays and how that looks for each of us and what changes are made or what things stay the same. So we'll dive right in. Courtney, I'll let you take away.
Let's start with Thanksgiving. Do you do anything different for the week of Thanksgiving? Oh, I think I threw you a curveball. I didn't tell you we were going to talk about. That's a holiday though, right? That's the first one.
Yes. So for Thanksgiving, it's Thursday and Friday is really where we kind of focus. Wednesday, though, is kind of fun too because our college-age daughter will be coming home the day before. So we get a little extra time with her. And so we will school right up until she comes home. And then we'll take a couple of days off. And then so we have Thursday, we do, let's see, how many do we do? 1, 2, 2. I think we're just doing 2 Thanksgivings this year. So my parents are divorced and Wes's parents are divorced. So we kind of have a couple different holiday gatherings to go to. But I think this year we just have 2. And both my mom and then my mother-in-law will host those. And then all of our extended family and everything comes to that. And so we won't do any school that day. And then Friday, we have a super fun tradition in our family. We aren't like crazy Black Friday shoppers where we get there at, 2 a.m. or anything like that. And we actually don't even usually go with a list. We just kind of go to see just for the fun of it. And it's just the women in our family. So like my mom, myself, my daughters that are old enough to come, and then a couple of the sister-in-laws and things like that will come, and we just spend the day together. So we shop, we get our hot chocolates or coffee or apple cider, whatever everyone is drinking. And we usually get out there like right after the crowds are starting to die down a little bit. And it's just a really fun day. So we do that. We look forward to that every year. And then we just pick right back up on Monday and start with school again. So that's really all we do. We do talk about, we'll do some of the first Thanksgiving studies in our school before that. But it's not, we don't do a ton of extra stuff. We talk about, like I said, the first Thanksgiving and do that story maybe over one session. And that's about it.
So just like the week of Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So I host Thanksgiving for 20 some odd. It depends. Every year it's different. Who knows how many people we're going to end up. So we actually pretty much take off the week of Thanksgiving. Like we don't really do any school that whole week. Because everyone is kind of like on high alert and like helping, right? We're all, there's always random house projects that we get done before that. And then there's also we do a lot of meal prep ahead of time. Like, I have, I don't know, whatever we can make ahead of time, we make ahead of time, right? So that I'm not scrambling on the day of to make that a more relaxful, peaceful experience, right? We have friends that I think this is so fun. And I say every year I'm going to do it. And I've never once done it, but they do a Charlie Brown dinner the day before Thanksgiving. It's so cute. So they watch the Charlie Brown episode and they have toast and popcorn and jelly beans and whatever it is that they eat on Charlie Brown, whatever. I always think it's so fun. And then I have another friend who does a Mexican fiesta because we live in Arizona. So, you know what I mean? Like they do piñata, the full bang, everybody brings Mexican food. And I think that's what I want to start with my family and do a friends giving thing with Mexican. Not that I need to add more to my plate that week, but I think it always sounds so fun. So anyways, that's something I'm going to do this year. As far as the whole month, in the past, I've done it numerous times. We kind of change family school when it gets around the holidays, right? So the month of November, I bought it years ago. I have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it came from Donna Goff. You know who that is, Donna Goff?
Huh.
She's written a bunch of different things, but she has like a whole Thanksgiving morning time routine kind of. And so it's this little spiralized thing, and it has a story, and every day there's a story, and they're like short stories. And so sometimes they are, you know how like the president does the Thanksgiving declaration every year? So it has a bunch of those. It has like chapters of, like the Little Women Thanksgiving, or chapters of different books, like just about the Thanksgiving. So there's something like that to read. There's a poem every day. There's normally a hymn. I think we don't really do the hymn. We're not really big singers right here. I mean, like we do, but we're not very good at it. So we don't do it very much. So anyway, so I just try to change it like that. Like we just kind of do a little more of just in our family school, like a little bit about something of Thanksgiving-y. I mean, that's not a word, but around. I don't do a ton of like Christmas is a little bit crazy, but Thanksgiving, that's kind of like how we ease into it.
That's awesome.
And I love you told me about your day after Thanksgiving thing with the Black Friday last year. And I was like, I think that'd be fun because I have a bunch of adult children now. Like that would be fun to do. I used to be the crazy, like 3:00 in the morning, go wait in line.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And I loved it. It was so fun. But now it like starts to do, it's not fun anymore, right? Like I think last year we just did like all online shopping, but I think it would be fun to like go out to lunch and just go meander the malls and
it's fun. I think for me, I used to be that 3 a.m. shopper too. Like I remember vividly when I was really a young mom, like I followed the crowd. Everybody ran to the same thing. And I left my husband in the dust. And this is before we started this tradition. So this is probably 20 years ago. And it was this TV. So I like had this TV in my hand and he's like, do we need a TV? I'm like, I don't know. Everybody else grabbed it. So I grabbed it. So I just grabbed it. It was just for fun. But for me, when they started opening it on the holiday, so on Thanksgiving Day, I was like, no, this is you're taking away from family. Like it's not fun anymore. It's you're taking away from the family holiday. And so that's when I stopped being that crazy Black Friday shopper. But it's so funny. I'm so anxious to see, and I'll have to report back. But for the last 3 years, myself, my mom, and my sister-in-law have all showed up in almost identical outfits.
Oh.
Jeans and black vests. It's so funny. And we don't do it on purpose. And so I'm anxious to see if it happens again this year. But yeah, it's just a fun time. And if you don't have a list, that's really like what takes the stress out of it. Because nobody has like, oh, we got to hurry up and get to this store or that store to get this or that. Like we just go for the fun of it. And if we see good deals, we just grab things.
Well, especially when you're going to the mall, you don't know. Right? You don't know what's going to be on sale. Like it's not like you're going to Walmart and you know exactly what's on sale because they have the ad out, weeks in advance.
Right. Yeah.
For the good deals.
Exactly.
Go to Mall of America?
I would never go to the Mall of America.
Where do you go?
Just our mall here in Mankato.
Oh, yeah. I was wondering that. Sorry. I was like, that seems intense to go to that crazy mall on Black Friday.
I would never, ever. But I do know people who go there because at least a couple of years ago, if you spend enough money, you get free wristbands to the to the park. Yeah, and they're usually pretty expensive. And so I've known people that have done it, but I have never, will never. I will never even go to that place on a weekend. Like I go during the school day when everybody is working or at school.
You took me like on a Tuesday and it was still so busy. I'm like, why are we still at the mall?
100%. Yes.
All right. I love it. Okay. Christmas, the big holiday. What do you do? How does it affect your school?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
No.
Okay. First. Mine is, so I actually told Courtney when we were creating this episode, I'm like, I don't really have anything to say because it doesn't change a lot for us other than we just take a lot of time off of school. That's part of the wonderful part. But I did do some brainstorming of things that we can't really have no traditions. And we do have tons of traditions, but they don't really involve our homeschool. Cool. Uh-huh. And so, but the biggest thing that we do is we take 4 full weeks off for Christmas break.
Oh, okay.
We take a huge break. So it usually ends up being like the last 2 weeks and then the last 2 weeks and then or 2.5 weeks, and then we have a week and a half off, or 2 and 2. So the first weeks in January, just kind of depends on how the calendar falls. And if we have work that I know we have to get done, so like sometimes we'll have some venture work, and we'll set things up so that it's either really easy to do and it doesn't take much time, or we'll work ahead, or things like that. But that time off to me is really, really important. Christmas is my favorite holiday, closely followed by Easter, but is my favorite holiday. I love everything about Christmas. And so actually I just bought a new sign, like a new painting to go on each of the kids' room. So right before the day before we start celebrating or setting up for Christmas, I'll go around and set their room up for them and kind of surprise them with like a little, like they'll go to bed and there'll be their new sign and a couple little like pillows and different things in their room. So they know like we're in Christmas season. But I should also say on our Christmas shopping day, the kids who are too little to go Christmas shopping, because in my house, and if you have any parents are listening to this with little kids, now is the time to pause for a moment until you are not with them. But for the kids in my family who still believe in Santa Claus, they then are not old enough to come with us on our trip. So if they still have the magic and still believe, then they don't come, for obvious reasons, because I'm doing that kind of shopping. But anyways, those kids go to my mother-in-law's house, and they actually help her set up for Christmas. So that is what the little kids do, like our special adult women's day. The boys, and the little kids go to grandma's and help her set up her tree and everything like that. So
That's adorable.
So that's kind of a fun tradition. But anyways, so we take all 4 of those weeks off. I decorate their room, get them ready to kind of like launch the Christmas season. Our house, we go all out with decorating. So like we get everything kind of out and set up. So it's really fun. I have several Christmas birthday kids. So we have a 9th, we have a Christmas Eve baby now, and we have a 28th. So we have a lot of Christmas birthdays in there too. So we always have birthday parties that are going on. But as far as school goes, so last year we started talking about Christmas in other countries. And it was really stemmed from my daughter, who was on a mission at the time, and she was serving in Brazil, and they have some really, really unique, really cool traditions. So that kind of got us talking about Christmas around the world and how it's celebrated. So this year we're going to continue that, but dive a little bit deeper. And one of the things that I'm going to do is everybody, if you look at the different countries around the world, they depict and have stories that are all just a little bit differently regarding Santa Claus, St. Nicholas. And so like Santa Claus, they also look different. So we're going to be going through that probably in our morning basket time. I think that's usually where I fit in most of this kind of extra stuff. So like I said, we'll be doing the different cultures and how they celebrate Christmas around the world. We always do caroling, which is, I consider, like, we don't do a formal music time. My kids are always in choir. And so we do have like a Christmas concert, or we'll do Christmas caroling. And so we have that. We usually do gingerbread houses as well. And so
as part of your school, because we're going to talk about traditions and things like that. So you do that as part of your school?
We do. So I have my one kiddo, I think I've told you this before, Hannah, loves just to like build. And so we have to just talk about like, how can you make something to make it stand and all those things. So we incorporate into like, then
math lesson. Do you make your own gingerbread?
We have done both. So we have made our own gingerbread, which is crazy expensive. Yeah, but we did that probably 2 years ago. And then last year, I think it was last year, we bought kits. And it was so easy and so cheap. And so I haven't decided what we're going to do this year. But my kids really love to cook. And that's actually a really big part of like our character development for our homeschool. It's really, really important to me that all of my children know how to cook. And so, yeah, we have that. And then really is that everything?
So question. So like on gingerbread house day, do you do no other school? Like it's just gingerbread house day, that's school for the day?
Yeah, exactly. Yep. So we'll do that usually like either right at the start of when we're kind of officially off of our academic stuff, or we'll do it right before. And then they are quickly eaten and no longer around.
Them.
What's that?
You eat them, the gingerbread houses?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Eventually they're up for a little bit, but everything's edible, like the glue, everything.
Yeah.
We make all of it. So yeah, it's interesting. And then the only other thing we do that is more academic-y type, if that's even a word, is we'll read different books that are Christmas themed. So whether that be, like we have a lot of religious based Christmas books that we will read during that time as well. And we'll read those all month long, not just on our 2 weeks off. So really just have like a Christmas focus. But we really like to do cultural studies, all different kinds of things, religion, everything. And so I'm excited to dive deeper into what we started last year, which was the studies of how different countries celebrate and cultures celebrate Christmas.
Okay, so during that whole 4 weeks off, do you do no school? It's literally just fun.
We literally no school.
Okay.
Unless we, like I said, if we have sometimes, like if we're, for example, like our kids that are in Venture Upward, they'll some like that break doesn't always fall perfectly. And so sometimes we'll have work that we couldn't do ahead of time, or that, you know, but we set up to be really easy. But for the most part, yeah, we are completely off. Our co-op is off as well during that time, which is really nice. They haven't always done such a big break, but they do a big break now. So yeah, we really try to take as much of that time off. And we have our kids home from college too. So like that's our kiddo who's home from college. And then my son who does a college program is also off for almost that whole time. Yeah. So we really try to just be a family on break and not a school at that time.
I love it. That's one of my favorite parts of the holidays. So like our dance and co-op all end the week before Thanksgiving.
Oh, all the way through Christmas?
Yeah, because the dance recital is always like the weekend before Thanksgiving. And so then we're off until January for dance. It's like magical.
That is magical. Seriously.
And co-op is off. Yeah, everything's off.
Man, dance can rule your life. Yeah, it rules a lot of our spare time, but that is awesome. We're off. We have dance recital. I want to say it's like around the 9th of December. So like that, in the beginning of the second week. And then we're off. I guess we're off too, but not since after Thanksgiving. That would be just glorious.
Our choir recital is the first weekend in December always. So then we're off the rest of the month for that too. So it's actually lovely. It really is like an almost stop. The kids still have gymnastics and skateboarding. Grady and Macy, that goes, and his parkour goes through the month, but everything else is off. So it makes it much. Anyways, this will be the first year though that we've had all those things. Because we did the gymnastics and skateboarding last year, but he added parkour a couple nights a week. So it'll be a little different. He's gonna have to just miss them because we do a lot in Christmas. We'll talk about that time. We'll talk about our traditions. But okay, school for Christmas time, or the holidays. Our school's completely different. We do, like, I love listening to everybody's different things because they're just so very different. So we do what we call Christmas school. And it changes from year to year. The last couple of years, I've done the Read Aloud Revivals Christmas School. It's freaking fantastic. Like, it's so good. And I used to create my own, and I'm like, oh, this is just dumb. Like, why do I do this when she does such a good job? And you can actually, like, you get it as a premium member with Read Aloud, which I've been for a million years. But you can actually just buy her Christmas School as a standalone. And it revolves around literature because it's a Read Aloud Revival, right? And so last year we read this beautiful illustrated Christmas Carol, and then there's like picture books too. Yeah, it was so pretty. I should find it. I don't know where it is, but it's beautiful. It was brand new last year. That with this particular like version of it. Yeah. And this year, like in the years past, we've done, like, she did all Christmas Tommy DePaolo books. This year there's 3 different books that actually they're new books to us. We haven't read them. And so the theme of it is, we'll read the book during family school, like we'll read the picture book. Yeah. And then during like their school time, they do regular math. And then in the family school packet, it has poems, it has copywork, it has geography, it has like craft activities. It comes like everything is included in it. And so they just do this for their family school time, or not family school, for their regular school time.
Do you have to print it, or does it come in a packet like in the mail?
No, I printed it. Okay. Yeah, you print it. So I print it. And so like last year was the first, last year was the most consistent because my tutor did it with him. Because I have a tutor that comes to my house Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays that does from like 9:30 to noon, that does school with the kids. And so that was the school they did. They just like worked their way through it, and they learned about, there's nature study in it too. There's some science experiments, like literally all the subjects are covered in it. except for math. And so it was so fun and the kids had a blast. But as far as family school goes, we change it. We'll do the picture books. We'll read the one picture book. You read the same picture book like every day because you're getting different, you're like looking for different things in it every day. Yep. So we'll do that. We have our huge stack of our own picture books, right? The kids get to choose which book we read today. We'll read a couple picture books. We always do some kind of Christmas novel, like for our read aloud. So we've done, like 2 years ago, we did the greatest, worst Christmas pageant ever, whatever that one was, which they made a movie out of, which was really cute. If you haven't seen that, you should watch that.
But I've heard of it.
Good. It was really good. So we read that and then we watched the movie. We've done, we did the Christmas Carol. We've done the Christmas Carol numerous times, like every few years, we kind of just like add that back into the rotation. Like The Family Under the Bridge. There's a beautiful book called The Real Santa Claus or The Real Saint Nicholas. It's wonderful. It's so good. That one was really good. I'll find it and I'll put it in the show links and I'll let you know. But like that one was really good. So we always do some kind of novel that we'll read. And then we'll do like Christmas Mad Libs. Like I have a whole Mad Lib thing, like a big, huge book of like just Christmas ones. Like right now we're doing Halloween ones.
Yeah.
I never found a Thanksgiving one, but we do Halloween. I have a Halloween one, but just like little things like that. And so we play like Christmas games. So we'll do, have you ever seen those like the roll a picture? It's like if you roll a 6, you're going to draw the outside of your gingerbread house. And if you roll a 5, you get to do the top. And it's like a race to see who can make their gingerbread house the fastest. There's a million of them on Pinterest. Like roll a snowman or roll a gingerbread man or roll a gingerbread house or a gingerbread man. I don't know. There's a million of them. So we'll do like little things like that.
For the Thanksgiving Mad Libs, you should just chat GPT it and make one.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's true. So anyways, that's kind of what we do, but Christmas is like completely different. And we do take about 2.5 weeks off. Depending on like where Christmas falls. We always take those 2 weeks off. But normally like Grady's birthday is the 20th. And so we normally go like about half the week before that. Like it depends. Like this year Christmas falls on a Thursday, so we'll probably stop like Wednesday the 17th. So then we'll have the rest of that week and then all of that week, all of the week. But honestly, by the 5th, like by that normal start of school, I am just ready for routine and like clean and everybody to go back to normal. Because when we get to the traditions of Christmas, you're going to be like, you're insane because we do Christmas hard here. So by that time, I'm just like, nope, it's just back to normal. And we just need like a complete reset. We're just going back. So, but I also think it's because we take such a long break for Christmas. Like we start as soon as Thanksgiving is over, we start Christmas school. So, you know, that's a good solid 3 weeks, right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
And they read. So they do math and they read every day. And then everything else is Christmas school.
That's awesome.
So it's different, but it's fun. And it sets the season. When my kids were little, I would take the whole month of December off.
Yeah, I believe it.
Because we schooled in the summer, right? Like we just took off, the month of December was just off. We just had fun.
Yeah. And that's why we school in the summer too. So we can take these big, and I should say that we don't, my kids, I am so blessed. And it wasn't always this way, but we were finally at this stage in my life in our homeschool. All my kids love to read. And so we don't have that as, if they weren't readers, I would require them to still read during that time. But they just like, we actually have a problem with reading. Like I just last night had to have a discussion with my 13-year-old about not staying up till 2:00 in the morning reading. So I would have that rule if we didn't have excessive, almost problematic reading going on in my house.
My son is still not, like he'll listen to books for days. Like he listens to dozens of books a month, but to get him to actually read is like torture. So we require that every day. There is reading done every single day, and he can do it just fine. It's so much faster to listen, right? Yeah. And he can do other things. So
how old is he again?
He's 12.
Okay. Yeah. Both of my boys were, well, especially my youngest boy was, he was probably right about that age, 12, 13, probably 13 when he finally made the shift into enjoying reading. But I thought he might never get there.
I'm waiting for that day. But some of my other kids, like they were, 15, right? Before, like Rory's 14 and she just finally decided this year she's likes to read. So, I mean, they all get to it eventually.
They do. Yep.
It's frustrating. I've been a reader since I was 5. Like, as soon as I could read, I was just a reader. And like, that's what I did all the time. And so it's taken a long time for some of them. My husband went in his entire life after high school, never read a book until he turned like 40, and then finally was like, oh, reading's not that bad. So
Right.
anyways. All right. I love it. I love it. I'd love to hear what other people, we'll have to, you guys in the comments or on social media, go look for us on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. If you're watching this, we'd love to hear what your holiday traditions are, because everybody, there's no right or wrong way. And that's my favorite part about homeschooling is every family, heck, every year to year changes, right? And that's okay. Whatever season we're in is the right season for us. So I love it. Thanks. That was a great conversation.